Tonight, on the March 26th edition of Newswatch 18, Relay for Life was this weekend at Iowa State. See how Iowa State joined the fight against cancer.
VEISHEA might not be for a month, but the events of the yearly tradition kicked off this weekend in Ames.
Updates from all your cyclone sports from over the weekend are coming up. Stay tuned.
Is the warm weather going to stick around throughout this week? Stay tuned for your full weather forecast and more. You're watching Newswatch 18.
This is Newswatch 18.
Milwaukee.
Newswatch 18 starts now.
Welcome back to Newswatch 18 with your 8 o'clock news. I'm Kate Hurley.
And I'm Chrissy Amaya.
Once a year, ISU students come together to raise money to fight a disease that touches everyone. Andrew Snyder joins us in studio with more.
After numerous smaller events, Colleges Against Cancer teamed up with the American Cancer Society for their main event of the year. David Geiger and I have more.
It's a fact. Cancer affects almost everyone.
Well, when you think about it, cancer isn't just at Iowa State. It's not just in Iowa. It's not just in the United States. Cancer touches everyone all over the world.
The annual ISU Relay for Life is a way for students to raise money and awareness for the fight against cancer.
It's fun. I love seeing all the smiles on everyone's faces.
Participants say Relay offers a chance to emotionally support those affected.
I just know, like, when my mom and I first did it, it was like a healing process. It's for a really good cause. I mean, even if you haven't had like a family member or friend that has had cancer, it's really good to support people because they need all the support they can get.
Cancer survivor Leslie Pert feels it's important to have students start advocacy now.
Cancer's not a fun topic, but, if you can look at it positively and know that you're going to make a difference, then we can do it together.
She says it takes a positive attitude and group efforts to make life easier for cancer patients.
And I think it's great to have the students involved because we can have this community come together and raise money and raise awareness. And then when people graduate and go off and do life, they can continue that advocacy.
With David Geiger, I'm Andrew Schneider, ISU TV.
Not counting after-event donations, they raised more than $89,000, and more than 1,200 community members registered to be a part of this year's event.
If you heard singing in Central Campus this afternoon mixed in with the usual Campanile music, you weren't mistaken. The Greek Week Karaoke Contest kicked off today as a way to celebrate Greek Week at Iowa State. Greek Week began this Sunday and the competition is fierce. The second round will be held Wednesday from 11 to 1. The top 4 teams selected will then move on to the finals set for Friday along with the lip sync finals.
200 people gathered Saturday at McFarland Park to watch a unique event. ISU TV's very own Catherine Bobolinsky has the story.
After enduring weeks of rehab, 2 bald eagles were finally set free to fly once again.
Having them take off and just beeline off into the sky, that was just a perfect release.
Both the male and female eagle managed to survive a close call with lead poisoning with the help of students working at Iowa State's Wildlife Care Clinic and volunteers at SOAR.
When they came in, they were just down on the ground, couldn't walk, couldn't stand or anything. Very, very sick. 20 out of the 24 bald eagles rehabilitated in Iowa since September have shown signs of lead poisoning, and many of them were not as lucky as these 2. This last week we just had one that unfortunately died of lead poisoning.
Raptors, like bald eagles, can easily get lead poisoning by ingesting fragments of lead bullets or slugs while scavenging off animals shot by humans.
Eagles have a very efficient digestive system, and just 200 milligrams of lead will kill them.
The male eagle at this release came to Iowa State's Wildlife Care Clinic with 2 other bald eagles. One was dead on arrival. The other did not last much longer. Both were killed by lead poisoning. Newman says hunters should switch to a non-toxic shock like steel or copper to keep from poisoning the wildlife.
We need to really focus on our wildlife and getting them back up and running, because that's what keeps our whole world going around, is our ecosystem. Newman is hopeful these 2 eagles may become a mated pair. For ISU TV, this is Catherine Bobolinsky.
Go ahead.
The Dean of Veterinary Medicine, Dr. Lisa Nolan, and the ISU Vice President for Research and Economic Development, Sharon Quisenberry, were given the honor of releasing the two eagles back into the wild.
ISU TV's Kyle Steingraber joins us in the studio to talk about the first major event of this year's VEISHEA.
Thousands of Iowa State students and Ames community members came together on Saturday to begin VEISHEA festivities and give back to Ames. Andrew Schneider, David Geiger, and I went to VEISHEA Service Day.
VEISHEA 2012 got off to a bright and sunny start Saturday morning as students gathered at Ryman Gardens to kick off the day of service.
I think VEISHEA has something for everyone, and it's great to offer that service and that community environment and support and this idea of service throughout the entire community.
In addition to helping Ames, Stash the Trash and Service Day helped to get people outdoors and build friendships.
So beautiful outside, so that's awesome. I mean, in March, like how many days like this do you get? It's almost 70 degrees. And it's really fun to like hang out with our Greek Week pairing, and I just hang out with our sisters. Like it's been a blast, actually.
It's been a good bonding experience, I guess, to pick up campus together.
Even President Leith got out to enjoy the weather and lend a hand.
I'm ready to go. I have an ag background. I haven't done it as much as I used to, but I still got it in me.
Ultimately, keeping Ames beautiful creates a bond between the community and Iowa State University.
It's nice for us to see the community get involved, students come out. It's kind of a mixture. We've got people from out of state, all over the place, kind of come together to beautify and clean up everything.
With Andrew Schneider and David Geiger, I'm Kyle Steingraber for ISU TV.
President Stephen Leith also said meeting the co-chairs and VEISHEA staff makes him excited for his first VEISHEA.
So, Stacy, did anything big happen in sports over the weekend?
It did, Kate. It was a busy weekend in Cyclone sports. I have all your updates coming up. Stay tuned to Newswatch 18. Welcome back to Newswatch 18. I'm Stacy Stecker with your Cyclone sports update. The Iowa State gymnastics team tied for second at the Big 12 Championship Saturday in Norman, Oklahoma. The Cyclones tied with Missouri, and Oklahoma took home the championship title. Iowa State's Celine Paulus won the vault title at the meet. Paulus had a career-high tying 9.95. Paulus's score tied for second highest in the Big 12 championship history. Paulus also went third in the all-around with a 39.35. Sheila contributed 39.15 in the all-around, and Michelle Browning had a 39.25. The Cyclones had a season-high score of 196.025 in the meet. They had high marks in the vault and bars, scoring in the 49s. Now the Cyclones are waiting to hear their NCAA regionals matchups. The Iowa State softball team lost to the number 6 ranked Texas Longhorns Sunday afternoon in Ames. The Cyclones were down 1-0 in the first frame. Iowa State's Sarah Rice had a 2-run double to give the Cyclones a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the first inning. In the third inning, the Longhorns had 8 runs to pass the Cyclones and secure the win. The Cyclones lost 11-2 in the 5-inning game. Iowa State is now 9-18 overall and 0-3 in Big 12 play. The Cyclones will play next on Tuesday against Northern Iowa in Ames. The first pitch is set for 4 p.m. The Iowa State track and field team had 3 student athletes claim event titles in the ASU Invitational on Saturday in Tempe, Arizona. Iowa State senior Kiana Elahi received the title in the 400-meter hurdles with a time of 57.63 seconds. Elahi also anchored the 4x400-meter relay team, who finished second at the meet. Danielle Freer won the shot title with a mark of 51.09.75. Ryan Sandler claimed the title for the 110-meter high hurdles with a personal best of 14.51. A select group of Cyclones from the track and field team will return to Tucson, Arizona for the Gym Click multi-event shootout Thursday and Friday. The Iowa State women's golf team finished second at the Mountain View Collegiate Saturday. The meet consisted of 15 teams. Iowa State lost to Texas Tech, who received the team title with an 8.58. Iowa State carded a 2.84 in the third round to move into second. They received a 3-round total of 8.65. This is the second best 54-hole score in school history. Prima Thamarks and Punpaka Funtumambrung led the Cyclones and tied for 9th with a 2.16. Polson tied for 13th with a 2.18, and Sasikaran Anaim tied for 18th with a 2.19. The Cyclones will compete again on April 21st at the Lady Buckeye Invitational in Columbus, Ohio. And that's it for sports. Nathan, how's the weather looking?
Thanks, Stacy. A little bit cooler today, but we do have warm temperatures back on the way. How warm do we get? Stay tuned after the break. You're watching Newswatch 18. Welcome back to Newswatch. We saw a bit of a cooler day today, still decently above average. We're about 15 degrees right now, 10 to 15 degrees above average. We saw a high of 61 degrees today. Normal's about at 50. And the low, we were still pretty mild last night, 49 degrees, and that's 19 degrees above average. So we didn't see any precipitation today so far, but we are going to see expected a little bit of showers tonight as a warm front moves in our area. Right now it's 59 degrees. It's partly cloudy out there, breezy, and it's actually pretty windy out there. Sustained winds from 20 to 25 miles per hour. It is out of the southeast, which means we're going to not get down too low because we have warm air coming in our direction for tomorrow, and it's going to really heat us up for tomorrow and give us another big day of well above average temperatures. Right now, it's 59 degrees in Ames, it's 75 in Clarinda. You can see a big temperature difference from southwest Iowa to northeast Iowa. 46 in Waterloo, but 75 in Clarinda. So we have those winds are really playing a big factor on who's warm today, and it's going to continue tomorrow. Tonight, it's 54 degrees. Chances of rain as that warm front approaches us. It's going to trigger some thunderstorms. Southeast winds still going to be gusty out there, gusting to about 25 miles per hour. And then tomorrow it's still going to be gusty, but it's going to be pretty nice out there. Midnight, 58 degrees. 8 a.m. waking up. It's going to be cloudy. We're going to stick onto the clouds until about early afternoon. Those are going to clear out by tomorrow night. Give us a clear night tomorrow and pretty nice day for tomorrow, especially late afternoon. 73 by 3 p.m. with most of our clouds clearing out by then. Tomorrow then, windy southwest winds giving us those warm temperatures at 75 degrees tomorrow, and that's going to kind of continue as we see into Wednesday and Thursday. Mostly sunny skies, a little bit cooler, however, because we have a cold front moving in after the warm front comes in, cools us off a little bit, but still we're well above average. You know, those trees are blooming out there. I'm a little worried that we might see a late freeze happen in the next couple of months or a couple of weeks that might kind of ruin the chances for that to happen.
And that's all we have for this edition of Newswatch 18. Join us tomorrow night at 8 for more news, weather, and sports.
We leave you tonight with some footage of people enjoying the beautiful weather this weekend. Have a great night.